Hey everybody, good morning, good afternoon, or whatever time it is. Welcome to my first ever podcast. I will be taking you all through some career myths that I've gone through, and this will be my first ever podcast. So, I welcome you all. To let me introduce myself first. Hi everybody, I am Soumi Bhattacharjee. I am a girl who was born in Patiram and brought up in this beautiful town which is located at the heart of Duars and at the foothills of the Himalaya. It's called Mal Bazar. And I was a principal analyst by profession. I worked at the world's largest beer manufacturing company, AB and Bev. So it's my little introduction to you all. So let me start busting some career myths with you all. So first, let me take you all through my first career experience, how I started. So at first, I started as a host, as a escort in event industry while I was 18 or 19. That was my first point of starting my career. I was escort working with this event company in Bangalore as a freelancer, where I escorted guests for this award show. Clients, big companies client, they used to come for IPL matches, for big events. I was a hostess and like an escorting clients to the event venue and all of that. Later, also parallelly, I worked for many marketing companies, like the company Small Startup, where I was like a sales rep. I was into the front line of sales. Whenever a product launch in market, you have group discussions and market case studies. I used to go for that and earn some good money during my college days. So I graduated in 2013, and post that I got my first offer with this Tech Mahindra company as a software tester. But I declined the offer, and the reason because I will burst the second myth of a career where I didn't go for the role. I know the role was excellent, it was amazing, good start for my IT career as a software tester, but I declined because I always go for a job. I choose my boss, like the manager or the company I work for. I always go for that. So I declined the offer and I looked outside and I went for an interview in Target, the US retail company, because in my mind I always wanted to work for American company, learn English, and that was in my mind. I have no experience at all in as a business analyst. However, I took the offer because I like challenges. So I went for the job because I got a great line manager. My line manager and the director was great person, a great support, and we were a pilot team at Target, where the first team that outsourced by India, and I was part of this merchandising presentation division. I worked with many team members. I was handling very small scale projects for Target. We were a back office in India, Bangalore. We got many different small projects when the retail store will get revamped. We have revision, we work on the layouts. There is a space planning team that draws the layout, architecture team. It comes from there to our team, and then we decide which item, which product will go next to what, using various tools. However, the role was not that challenging because we had a lot of support. We had a team lead. I was just an analyst working with different partners. uh, and yeah, but everybody in their career, they look for position. So I was very I was growing, but not at the pace that I thought I would be achieving my next role, and I was getting very anxious because everybody looked for the next position. So later there were a new team that was being hired. I had to train them, onboard them to the team. I was getting a lot of new challenges. I was very happy, but I was not getting the next position or promotion. Everybody works in an IT or any company you work look for promotion, but I was not getting. However, I was in that role for 4 years. Mm. And The last year, I think the last couple of 6 months while I was there at that role, I had a very tough line manager because I don't know, I had a very sad goodbye, like a send off party from my team. I was very different compared to my rest of the team member. The line manager I worked with, he was Sandeep Jain from Target, and he was from the Jain community. He used to I was the only one in the team who was very outgoing. I used to go for parties, organize team parties, and take my team out, organizing these events for the team. However, the last goodbye, he was not letting me go. I had to cry in the room. I was having a lot of mental challenges because of my personal life, and also the role. I was not getting any movement, I mean, no promotion, so I decided to quit. But my line manager was very, very tough man, and he was not at all supportive. He did not, I had to cry on my last day because I left the place and they were very, very dependent on me or something and not letting me go. But I again looked for a great director and line manager, where I took my next role in JC Penney. That's another great retail company in the US. I got into the role of planning and allocation analyst into the retail department. My director was very, very nice person, Syed. And I got a lot of flexibility and lot of challenge in that role, so I decided to move, and I took that role where I was directly partnering with the team leads from US, and direct counter partner. We didn't have so many levels, no quality proof, because whatever work I do from here would be showcased to my team lead, and it was a very, very challenging role. I know I moved right after 4 years from a very small scale team to a very big one, and it was a lot of challenge. But my director was a great man. He always helped and motivated, so he gave me the smallest division, which is toys in a retail. It doesn't have many allocation during this Thanksgiving, Black Friday. We have the huge amount of work. Other than that, it was very chilled out, and he gave us the time to study, to learn, and it was a good role. However, I was very happy. 2 years gone by, and this personal challenges started to hit me during my career. At that point, I was the only one from a very different background. I didn't have the logistic, all of this MBA, or the right career, where everybody in my team, they were either MBA or good professional from good college or something like that. But I picked up because I had a great partner. They taught me the skill, and we had exams, so I qualified. I was happy in the role. But as days gone by, I started to face some challenge with my team. I was working directly with the counterpartners, like the director of my division and all of that. So they had few concerns because of my personal well-being. I had been during that point of time, I had been to Thailand, and I came back. I was very outspoken in my team. I had a team of 10 girls, and everybody was either married and having family. They used to log off off by 6, go home. But my story was very different. I was like a free bird, very party going, outgoing. After that, I used to take my friends out and all of that. And people started to have some kind of perception that I'm a party animal. I'm not focusing at my job. My personal things started to escalate, and it impacted my career. So I thought to myself, if rather I stick on here, my previous office is also there, and if I stay back, my partner, he used to work just below another company, Hudson Bay, and all of this, like my previous director was also in that company. So I was getting a lot of mental stress because of this personal thing. Yeah, I know we work in a corporate and we have no, the work talks for yourself, but also when you are into a leadership kind of a role, people judge you for your background, for your this thing. So I was thinking it's getting impacted, and my career was taking a toll. So I decided to have a mentor, and I got a great mentor, Vikram. He is a very good manager who always helped me, who always challenged me, who taught me emotional well-being, how to communicate, how to address issue with the team. He was from learning and development background. He knows a lot of stuff, and I always partnered with him. He was a great mentor, so I chose him, and I thought I will make a career move to the L&D, to the HR department, and I started to work on that. I had a great support from my director as well, but the only concern he had that I have to excel in my current role, only then they can move, because when they have a feedback session, they want to know how I'm doing at my current job. So my current job was very new. I was new into this business. I had a great challenge, learning it at my own pace. I was doing all of that, but it takes time. And then this personal thing started to hit my career as well. So I thought I will take a move and go back, because I was already into space planning, but not doing at a macro level. I was doing it at a floor planning level at Target, and I thought it will be a great move. I got this offer. I saw this job interview being posted in LinkedIn, and also a lot of my friends from JCPenney were doing a career move, so I talked to them, and they helped me with this offer. I got a call, and I went for this job. Very nice offer. I went for my interview. I cracked the interview. I had a great interview, and then I got this offer, and then I thought I will move to this space planning team, where I was working for a great American company like Walgreens, Stater Brother, then 7-Eleven, this retail, and I was drawing planogram. Before, like I said, I was working on a floor planning level, deciding which item will go into the aisle and what aisle goes to next what, but this time I was executing it at a macro level, so it was more into space planning. We have this planogram, we see what is the shelf line space, and we have team lead, but then I got a great offer, and I joined AB and Bev, the world's largest beer manufacturer. So this is some busting some myths about my career. I would like to bust the fourth myth that I think you don't need to go to a great college or a great school for education. I think Indian education, or everywhere, we have this myth that people from grade B school only can go to this corporate, can join this thing, but nothing at all. Trust me, I did it on my own. I learned the skill. I had no knowledge. We had partners who come in, who taught us how to do, and by learning and on the job I picked up everything. So I don't think it's big, like, you can be from a great B school, or you can be from a great school, like, you can graduate from a great college or something, but how you do or take on your career totally depends on your will and your grit, which is resilience. And I think like, I have great resilience in learning. I have failed many times. I was having escalations, I got many error like that, but then I never left or gave up, because this is something I like to do for future. I want to get into great leadership role, like an executive role, become an analyst, post that, promote and be eventually want to become, I'm not a managing director yet, I'm not a director or anything, but yes, I aspire, and one day I think if I can, with my resilience, I can take on any role that I want to wish in my career. And this is all I would like to share with you all in this podcast. Thank you everyone for listening to me, and if you get inspired, I wish all of you all a very good luck, whatever you all do in your life or your career, and keep on the passion, because for me, I always work with passion. Passion is something that draws me to go ahead in my life, and this is my passion. I want to excel in my career, and I took this break for myself to get better, learn, and observe from everyone, so I can become very good at my next position and the next role I get in the corporate world, and I become the wolf of the not Wall Street, like any street. You can be on any street and you can become the wolf or the tiger or elephant, whatever you think. So yeah, that's all about me and my career. If you like to listen to my podcast, like my post and subscribe to me. Thank you. Good night. Don't forget to add the value wherever you go.